And welcome everybody here to the Juicy Fruit Xfinity Series. We are at Kentucky here. Robert Pollard on the pole here today. He'll be leading us to the green flag, and there it is. Green flag is out in the air. We are racing here at Kentucky for race number 10 of the season. And into the first few corners, Pollard with a great jump, Bryant to second there. And there you see Kyle Keith not too far behind Randy Vanderpoepen. And the 90 also trying to reel into the fray, as well as they're going to dive into turn number 3. JT Bryant trying to get the advantage. And looks like he's going to be able to take the lead away, but Robert Pollard looks high, trying to look low. And there you see Cole Baker now going to the bottom of the racetrack, as Kyle Keith will lead lap number 1. Actually, no he doesn't, but JT Bryant barely edges out the number 42 for lap number 1 of the race, as he is now the leader. As here they come off at turn number 2. And trouble near the back. Matt McIntyre's in the wall. Randy Vanderpoepen spinning with him. And the yellow flag will fly. They'll be racing back down towards the line. And Kyle Keith with a tremendous amount of momentum out of the last corner. And he's going to be leading us down for the first caution here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. They were all bunched up together, and you definitely saw contact there with the 97 and the 39. And that clipped Vanderpoepen. They all went into the wall, bringing out our yellow here today. Back underway here at Kentucky. Kyle Keith continuing to lead there. There you see Christian Master trying to use the outside line. Eric Rodriguez sitting in the 4th spot in the gold Hertz machine there. And here comes Master into turn number 2. At 26 having a great momentum off the corner, and it looks like he's going to be able to collect second place and maybe even going for the lead here as he dives it in turn number 3. Kyle Keith with momentum. Here at a turn 4, Eric Rodriguez is right there, and Rodriguez is on the quarter panel of the 26 there. As you see a lot of the field scattering themselves about here in the speedway. JT Bryant ducking to the bottom to make it 3 wide to try and get around the 19 and the 22 there. And Master Jr. holds on for second, but everybody else is going to be scrambling for track position here. Restarts are chaotic here at Kentucky Motor Speedway with the multi-group track, but that outside line is pretty much the dominant line to be at in Kentucky. But on the restarts, you want to be on the inside in that turn number 1 and 2 especially. As you see, that Crest machine has been on a roll here, but he's got issues with the car. So, looks like Kyle Keith is struggling with his race car. So, and all of a sudden, the leader having issues, and that's going to hold up a lot of the field here. And they're all just trying to scatter themselves around, and they spin behind them. Spencer Gilmore, Jonathan Zorin, and Chris Dodd, as well as Matt McIntyre, get collected. But what a tough break for the Ganassi 42 here today at Kentucky. They'll be racing across the line yet again for a caution, and Christian Master will be leading us down this time around. They're all just wadded up together, and just everybody ran out of room, and it just really led to a massive chain reaction, sending the 01, 62, and 15 for a little ride there, and that brought out a caution. Only cosmetic damage done to those drivers. Here they come to the green flag yet again. Green flag is back in the air. Master with a great restart there. Looks like Warren Keith actually kind of is going to pounce on them, and it's actually going to use his brother as a pick in a turn 1. Can Warren Keith re-inherit the lead? And he does. Eric Rodriguez stays high, harding it down at the bottom of the track. And here they come down the back straightaway. They're going to make it 3 wide. Hartnett trying to get win number 2 in the Xfinity Series here. And he looks low. Keith stays in the middle. Rodriguez on the throttle there at a turn 4. He's going to get second away from that 26 there. And there's the 28 coming down pit lane. Looks like Elijah Bright has blown up in his machine, so something wrong with that car. They'll be done for the day. As you see James Qualls now experimenting with the high groove there and getting a spot away from Emmanuel Hartnett. As you see the field just scattering themselves about here. The Keats are battling it out there, but not for position. As there you see Christian Masters going to use that outside groove. Rodriguez puts the block on the number 26 there. Goes to the bottom of the track instead. So, looks like Rodriguez is definitely knowing what the 26 has in store here at the engine. And Rodriguez is going to actually defend using that outside groove. He gets it as you see some 4 wide racing near the back half of the field here. Scott Roush in that mix there with JT Bryant, Stephen Paul III. Couple drivers up there. Kyle Matthews, he's been in the top 10 throughout most of the races. Kind of been dropping back on this restart there. So a lot of drivers are really going to and fro here on the racetrack here today. But a lot of them are doing a good job here in the pack. But Warren Keith just holding on to that lead. He wants to get a victory here. He's won in Doublemint. He's looking for a win in Juicy Fruit here. So he's very hungry to win in another series, sanctioned gum series here. As Rodriguez is reeled in the corner panel of the 7 there. Look at the run he's got out of turn 4. Great amount of steam this 22 car has. And Rodriguez is hungry for a win as well. He's won in 2 of the 3 series. Can he be the first driver to win in 3 of the series here this year? Or in history to be exact? Or will someone else deny? As there you see Master up that outside groove there. He's gonna try and get around this 7 car to see if he can do anything to do with the lead. And well, he did take the lead earlier, but Warren Keith pounced him on that restart there. You see Scott Roush looking for his second victory. He's been on a charge here in terms of consistency, so this 60 team has done something right with their program here for Roush Fenway Racing. As there you see some back markers running near the back half of the field of Keith Batson there. A lot of drivers with damage. Cole Baker has been struggling since the drop of the green flag. He was second, remember, and now he's dropped to literally 20th on the grid right now. So there's definitely something wrong with the handling of that 18 car there. There's Kelly Boston there, Annie Thomas, several others. Thomas has not really had much luck so far in that 16 machine, so they're looking to turn things around, but they're kind of in a bad predicament at the moment there. But really looking at that top 3, it looks like things haven't really died down for the mid-pack, but for the front it kind of has. As Warren Keith still maintaining that race lead, Christian Master using that outside groove, Scott Roush doing the same thing, he's up to 3rd, and Qualls is battling for that 3rd spot too. So that Johanna Long Machine is looking very strong with that Camaro here today. But that's really just been a quiet race so far for a lot of these drivers. Besides the calamity early on the race, it's been a solid effort for a lot of these drivers here. Stephen Paul III, like I mentioned, he's running well. Robert Pollard, since he led some laps, so he hasn't really been able to do much ever since. He's running in the 6th position, looks like at the moment. He might have gone up a spot actually, so he's up to 5th now. So that 19 car is looking pretty strong for an underfunded team. They're one of the stronger underfunded teams to be exact. 4 wide in the back. Robbie Jackson now threading the needle with Luis Hernandez, Kelly Boston, and Corey Williams in the 51 there. Corey Williams has not really had a good season as well, but they might see some speed from them later on in the latter half. As there you see Pollard washed up the hill there. Hartnett pounced on him, and he took a spot away just like that. Hartnett up 2 spots there, up to P7 for TriStar Motorsports. That 14 car has been pretty strong today under the radar, but Kyle Keith and Warren Keith are really just, I think Kyle Keith's really just trying to help his brother out here, because he's kind of done a good job of defending his line from the rest of the lead lap cars, much to their dismay. But you see, as the caution is out, we've got a crash on the back straightaway. Spencer Gilmore has crashed. Steve Pollard's involved. Marty Johnson in another one here. And looks like they're going to be taking it down to the caution flag here, as a good green flag run will come to an end today. And it looks like Chris Dunn gets into the back of the 54 and a hard impact in the outside wall, and Spencer Gilmore no place to go. And the 2 collide, taking them out of the race. Heavy damage to both cars, number 10 and 01 here today. And that ends a good green flag run here at Kentucky, but this will really stiffen the field back up together. And here they come with the 1 to go signal. Warren Keith, still your leader there. Christian Master in 2nd though, with James Qualls in 3rd. Green flag is back in the air. The top 3 really pulled away from Scott Roush there. Roush did not get the best of restarts there, but here he comes down the inside of James Qualls there. You see Kyle Keith and Drew Austin both lap down cars, so they're going to have something to do with this fray here. As you look down the back straight, Rodriguez is looking to make it 3 wide. He decides better, backs off, but Roush also shuts the door on him. And here comes the 26 there and the 70. They are all in the mirror of that 7 there, and Qualls now looking low to try and get around Kyle Keith for position, or for, just to get around him for Pete's sake. And looks like Warren Keith blocks his brother there. His brother's trying to get a lap back, but he is denying that 42 there some time. And Christian Master Jr. experimenting with the lines there, the race lanes. And, well, didn't look like it was going to work that time around out of turn 4. As Eric Rodriguez trying to regain some lost ground here. We see a lot of cars actually using that apron down that front straightaway there. Rodriguez down at the bottom. On the outside line actually of Scott Roush. They're 4 wide right in front of him. And not half of it's battle for position, half of it is not. So Christian Master getting around the lap cars here. Now he's got 1 car to pass. And that is a Warren Keith here. As Rodriguez now again using an outside groove way up high this time around. To see if he can do anything to get a better spot than 3rd. Because he's done a good job today. Eric Rodriguez could move up in points exponentially because of that 3 wide mess here. Schwallenberg in the middle. Bryant with him as well. Cole Baker, Jesse Dalton, Eddington, Samford, and several others there. All stuck in that 3 wide situation back there. And they have not been able to really calm down ever since then. As that 42 now using the higher groove there to get around both the lead lap cars here. Trying to get around 1 car and trying to get another. As Warren Keith blocking again. He's going to block his brother. This time he actually stays high, but using the middle groove. Christian Master to the outside line there. Warren Keith, will he block? Looks like he's going to try to. He goes to the outside groove there. And it's not really going to help that 7 here if the 42 goes to the inside. And Master Jr. way up behind the marbles. But he takes the lead away from Warren Keith. A lead change there as James Qualls is now going to try and get in the fray as well in that 3rd spot. Everybody else is just battling so forth here. It's been rather quiet for the back half, but it's a really big show here at the front. As Qualls struggling to get around the lap cars, Rodriguez will see this as an opportunity to take 3rd away again. Scott Roush is running again, another consistent top 5 run here. Really, when you see him run up front, he's in the top 5. So Scott Roush has been one of the more consistent drivers on the grid. And contact, both brothers collide. And that's going to bring out a caution, as it's going to be a massive pileup. Several drivers are piling in, and we've got ourselves the big one here at Kentucky. And that is half the field involved there at the end. Talk about disaster for the 2 brothers, and they're going to have a bit of a conversation after this race. Lots of destroyed race cars on the track. Keo at Eddington looks like there's something wrong with the steering of the 9 there with that much damage done. And an end to the 7's car. They were dominant the whole race, lost the lead, and it's over now for them. Jesse Dalton with a lot of damage, and it's just a big wreck. Takes out a lot of the drivers here today, as we'll take a look at the replay. That might have been a spotter error on Warren Keith's spotter there, and he set himself up the racetrack into Kyle Keith. Cody Lamas had nowhere to go. James Qualls gets swept up in it. Stephen Paul to 3rd. Andy Thomas does a great job avoiding the wreck. Several wreck avoidances there, but a lot of drivers had nowhere to go. Kelly Boston got pretty lucky there, but then got hit by Rancho Cucamonga, so a lot of these drivers were on the brakes, but the track was blocked from there. And that was close. You see Randy Vanderpoop there in the back just trying to slow down as well, but heavy damage to several race cars here in the late half at Kentucky. Running aboard with Andy Thomas. Warren Keith. And here they come to, looks like the last restart here today. And Christian Master Christian Master is your leader. Scott Roush in 2nd, green flag back in the air, but the leader spun the tires there. The 2nd place car messed up there. Scott Roush, not a good start. As looks like Robert Pollard could try and make a move to the inside. He decides not to. And there you see the 16 and Andy Thomas who avoided the accident. A lot of drivers who avoided the accident were able to get a lot of free track position there. As there you see Scott Roush has now had some better momentum into turns number 3 and 4. It looks like he's got a run here. He's going to try and go for it here. He got a run out of 4. Excellent corner there. And there you see the 26 is just trying to hold on for dear life. Christian Master Jr. is now your leader here. There you see Drew Austin, the JGL teammate of the 26, in that second spot. So you might want to keep an eye out on him. But Scott Roush is going to have to do all he can to really catch that 26 there. But knowing the outside groove, its dominance, I don't think Scott Roush can really do much to that 26 car. Because of that restart, that might have been it for them. Annie Thomas now looking low, trying to take third away from the 19. This time around, she's got the proper entry here. Here she comes into turn 1. She dives in deep, and she does take the spot away from the 19. So Annie Thomas is now up to P3. Scott Roush still in second. So the Roush family cars are running second and third right now. But with 2 laps to go, I don't think that 60 can really catch the 26 here. I think that car is too fast in clean air, as here they come to the white flag. 1 more lap to go here at Kentucky. Christian Master currently leading over Scott Roush here into turn number 1 and 2. Roush had an excellent corner there, but I think it's going to be too little too late. The Zest Ford Mustang is not fast enough for that 26, and into the final 2 corners, Christian Master. As here he comes rounding the last corner. And Christian Master will be able to take the first victory here, and it's going to be at Kentucky. Congratulations to car number 26. As we're looking near the back half there, not many cars were left. I think only 26 remained. But here are your results here, first through 28th. 26 cars remained in the race there. A lot of them got swept up in that big wreck at the end, so it did cost them a lot of track position and points. And you look the rest on down, but congratulations to Christian Master on fulfilling his first victory here in the Juice for Xfinity series. We'll be seeing you next time, but till then, you'll be able to look at the point standings as I'll be signing out.